I'm EZRAH. Welcome to the Manila Times. It's heart season. Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Whether you're single or in a relationship, waiting to be taken or taken for granted, expressing one's love is for everyone. And rising inflation is certainly not going to stop Filipinos from celebrating one of their favorite seasons. Flowers is one of the favorite gifts for Valentine's. It's beautiful, meaningful, and sentimental. Here with us today is one of the country's leading flower shops in creating and delivering premium floral arrangements. Joining us now are founders Marie Garcia and Isa Sicam of Designer Blooms & Co. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Manila Times. So Designer Bloom Bouquet is one of the most beautiful, obviously. And how are you preparing for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, well, our preparations actually started mid last year. It starts with conceptualizing the line, then sourcing the product, designing, because our box, our signature box is we're working on the patent actually. So we come up with, elements of the packaging that have to be custom made. That's why we have to start way in advance. Um, yeah, so after the design and after sourcing and designing the packaging materials, then we go on to sourcing the flowers. Like we have long-standing relationships with farmers in Ecuador and Amsterdam. Yeah, and then Valentine's comes rolling in.
So for you, Isa, you mentioned earlier that you were expanding your operations to North America. So you're supplying not just in the Philippines. As of now, you're also in Los Angeles, Orange County, San Francisco Bay Area, and Greater Vancouver in Canada. So how's that?
That's right. I mean, it's very exciting times. We're very proud to be a fully Filipino brand, making it across the ocean. Um, this is something. The business was actually started by my parents, Rica and Ting Garcia. My sister and I grew up really with flowers since we were kids. And incidentally, it was when we were living here in Vancouver that we my mom started it as a hobby in our garage. It was only early 90s. We went back to the Philippines and it really blossomed into a full-fledged business. And it's great that we're back. Life goes full circle. And now we're expanding here. So our model here is very different. We're purely, I'd say, mostly an online business. We do have a floral studio here in Vancouver and in San Francisco, but mostly we are online. So in the span of less than 6 months, we've expanded to already 15 locations. So we can deliver to the key areas of California, as well as here in Vancouver, BC, and hopefully this would be a great Valentine season, and Filipinos that are living here who know of us can also enjoy our designer blues flowers. And of course, with the internet, people who are living in the Philippines can also send to their loved ones abroad.
That's great. And for you, Marie, so the Designer Blooms brand blossomed here in the Philippines back in 1993, is that correct? So how did it start? So it was first your mom who got into
Mhm.
flower business.
Yeah, so like what my sister said, it started in the in the late 80s in our garage in Vancouver. We were actually child laborers. We learned how to cut ribbons and cut flowers at a very young age. After that, my folks moved back to the Philippines in 1993, and that's where they really expanded the business. Um, Purely brick and mortar up until 2010. So we had stores in all the SMs, all the Ayala malls, all the Robinsons. And in 2010, we launched our e-commerce business. So then we were then available online. Yeah, so that's how we started. I joined the company about 20 years ago. Um, so, this is my passion, really.
Don't worry, we're not computing your age 20 years ago. So is Valentine's Day the peak season for the flower business? So is it how much is it compared? How much flowers do you deliver in February compared to the other months of the year?
Definitely, it's the most concentrated. Like we're gearing up to deliver thousands of flowers, and we've ordered tens of thousands of flowers. And while this is the single most concentrated, season of the year, what follows is Mother's Day. So Mother's Day is also quite busy. And then last would be Christmas. But Christmas, it's spread over a longer season. So Christmas is also very busy for us, especially since we don't just do fresh flowers, we also do artificial dried flowers and a lot of Christmas decorations as well.
What are your best sellers for Valentine's Day?
Hmm.
Still definitely roses and red roses in particular. Especially Filipinos are very romantic, so they want, big bouquets of red roses.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What's also quite popular now, I think, is people like buying kind of complimentary and gift items with it. So we always make sure to have like a selection of chocolates, of even teddy bears, and things that customers, they don't need to buy anywhere else for their Valentine's gift. They can just buy flowers and other gifts together through us.
And I also noticed on the photos you sent me that you were in partnership with Sunny's Face. You were also selling their lipsticks. Is that correct?
Yes, we do work with a lot of great brands. So Sunny's is one of them. We bundle it in with our products. We also work with Auro Chocolate, Toblerone, Mondelez, Cadbury, and a lot of other great partners. Our latest one also is Pickup Coffee. So we have a lot of we have an installation with them in BGC and in Rockwell. In Rockwell Mall, Power Plant Mall, we also have what we're calling a flower fair. It's a Valentine's fair, where we bring in different brands, and it becomes like an experience of flowers and other gift items.
Love most about selling flowers for a living? I mean, what do you love about designer blooms aside from
I mean, who wouldn't love dealing with flowers every day and seeing how it really brings joy to people's lives? I mean, we still get a kick out of it when we see a very appreciative or thankful comment on Facebook, or we really see how happy people are when they receive, flowers, or how thankful our customers are when we're able to go above and beyond for them. I mean, that keeps us going. And it really makes us do this for so many years.
aside from Valentine's Day? Of course, Valentine's Day is your busiest season, busiest month of the year. So after Valentine's Day, after that is when what occasion do you deliver the most number of flowers?
After that would definitely be Mother's Day. I'm happy that a lot of people still treat their mothers well. And yeah, after that would be Mother's Day. And then the rest of the year, it really depends. People usually send for birthdays or anniversaries or other special occasions.
So what do you do with the flowers? I know, out of curiosity, so there's so many flowers going through Valentine's Day. So what do you do with the flowers during off season?
We've gotten our projections down to a point where we pretty much know how much to order just in time. So we're over the years we've been able to manage things like spoilage. But of course, the trend of dried flowers is coming back, or has come back full force in the Philippines. People are now interested in buying not just fresh flowers, but dried or preserved. So like what we do is we preserve our own eucalyptus, meaning the flowers are last much, much, much longer, if not forever. So it's also adds to sort of like the sustainability of, buying flowers. We have choices now to have real flowers that can last a long time.
I see. So where can people buy your flowers? And do you have any message for Valentine's Day? So you first, Marie.
Yeah, so we are available online at www.designerblooms.com. And on that website, they can order for delivery to Manila, Vancouver, and California. Besides that, in Manila, we're available in all the major malls around the metro. Yeah, so please visit us.
I see. And sorry, I have to circle back to one question. What are the challenges that you encounter in the business?
I think during Valentine's, one of the biggest challenges and is really supply and managing that, because supply comes from so many different sources, local, foreign, and given that Valentine's falls on one day, managing that supply and timeliness is so critical. Also, given the fact that the flowers are perishable. So it's like really, again, the years of experience and building trusted suppliers is always critical in making sure that our supply is available.
It's definitely become more challenging after the pandemic because of, I mean, globally, the supply chain system has suffered. So, yeah, like getting those flowers in time and the freshest state possible is really our challenge.
And the last thing that's also thrown a wrench in everything with supply is global warming. So we're seeing now, let's say, crops in California because of the recent cold have just been destroyed. Or, recently again in South America, there was a huge storm. So many things that are out of our control that you just need to deal with and be very, very resourceful and have backup plans for. So there is so much love and care really that comes with making these flowers. I think a lot of people see the end product, which is beauty, the beautiful flower, and making that moment that you share with your loved one more special. And I think we just wanted to shed light also that there's so many people who are very passionate as well in this, that make that beautiful experience happen and that beautiful product happen. So yeah.
I'm just curious. So, between you and your family, do you still give flowers to each other?
I still love receiving flowers, and yes, on Mother's Day we always give each other a bouquet.
Do you order online, or you can just get from your own shop?
No, Marie and I like gift each other.
Plates na lang, ganyan, or food.
Yeah. We have the arrangers like, oh, give this to Marie. Give this to...
Okay.
Yeah, but as florists, I think that's the all florists would still love to get flowers, but ironically, they're the ones who receive flowers the least.
Yeah.
Because you're already surrounded by it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for this interview, Marie Garcia and Isa Sicam of Designer Blooms & Co. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ezra. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.